Right in the mom and daddy button.
Everyone smile.
Yay! I got some flack recently for not giving fair warning for starting pushing the record button. So I gave everybody fair warning, and that's what they chose to start with.
Well, you can give us fair warning because it's planned for. Some of the stuff that we say, we're like, that wasn't that great.
Yeah, some things take away our nice rating.
I don't want people to know what the real me is like.
Let me put it this way. The intros have not taken away that nice rating.
Yet.
It's what you guys do on the inside.
If you had gotten the full joke last time that you started us without giving us a warning,
I wouldn't
taken the nice rating right out of here.
I wouldn't have. Yeah, you guys underestimate my editing abilities. One of these days I'm going to show you the unedited stuff that I cut. That's the $1,000 tier for all you listening.
We did that one time for stuff that we did, and it was a riggedy remix of just me breathing a whole lot.
And now everybody's going to be like, "Wait, is that Jake breathing?"
Yep. Not me. Weird, right? You almost thought it
was. So let's see. Who hasn't given a recap recently?
I think we've all been through one now.
Mine was really easy last time, so I give another one.
I'll recap your kneecap.
Cool.
Hey, that was my line.
Let's hear that recap kneecap.
All right. Well, started the episode out. We were in the slums, and the guards were just being stupid and jerks, and so we ended up getting into Prapa through the sewers. And we met a teenage guy down there. Mordax was able to convince him that he's a higher up. And the group starts to understand that Mordax is kind of a shady character. And then we get into Prapa. Mordax does speed so that he can distract some guards while we all come out of the sewer system. Everyone's a little bit confused at how a bunch of people just came out of the sewers. So Henry Hanover luckily was part of that group of people. Was like, whoa. They're okay. We went back to his place, cleaned up, and took a nice little snooze. That's where we're at.
All right.
That's not a bad little recap on the kneecap. Reed, who's our episode brought to us today by?
The future. It's similar to the past, except you die in it.
True that.
Do
you though? I mean,
we're going too
depends
far
on
now.
which future.
Yeah, wouldn't you die in the present still?
We'll see.
Okay.
Write in and tell us, d5questers@gmail.com. Your thoughts on death.
And theoretical physics.
Today, we also want to give a couple shout outs. One to Sirenscape for providing this lovely background soundscape. Check them out, sirenscape.com. That's Siren with a Y, by the way. Siren with a Y. And to Christy, thanks again for doing some of this background artwork. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Keep listening. And last but not least, a shout out to all of the other faithful listeners. Couldn't do this without you.
Yes. Thank you.
There you go. There you have it. That's going to do it for us this week.
Sweet. Shout out episode.
Tune in next week for maybe a longer episode.
Dishonor.
So, nighttime comes at the Hanover residence. You guys were having a discussion about different things. And he's like, yeah, maybe we just finish this discussion in the morning.
No, fair enough.
Excellent.
Do you guys want to do anything under cover of darkness?
No.
Oh my goodness.
I'm the only one that knows these streets at dark.
Yeah. Probably get stabbed.
So no.
Get bit by a were-rat.
A dealer's choice.
I'm good in this in here, and then the mansion that we're in, 5-finger discount for me. I'm just kidding.
For just one day in Mordex's life, he wants to spend a night in Prapa as a gentleman. Thank you. Good day.
Would be nice for a change.
Good day. The whole Pretty Woman effect.
Pretty woman.
Okay, so the night passes uneventfully. Before you go to bed, Kanarin tells you that breakfast will be first thing in the morning, and to come down with empty stomachs because we will fill them to capacity with the most delectable of foods.
Nice.
Those were his exact words. Do you guys all sleep in your own rooms, or does anybody sneak into somebody else's room?
No.
Torvo does around. Anybody need a spoon?
I could use one.
Oh, you too.
Holding pinkies.
Rap's going to put Shambles in front of the door, and then he's going to go to sleep.
Okay. So the night passes uneventfully. You guys go down and meet Mr. Henry Hanover for breakfast in the lounge that you guys were in the day before. A big dining room table has kind of been brought in, and now there's seats around for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And starts the day. Yes, I hope last night you were able to all sleep well. Good morning.
Morning. Thank you for letting us use your home.
Everything was up to par, as they say.
It was quite good. Thank you.
I'm afraid you missed Tracy already. He's off out working somewhere, studying weather patterns or looking for signs or something. He does that from time to time. In fact, when he came across you, he was told by the leader of his order to follow the darkest cloud on a day that there was no cloud. Interesting folk.
Yeah, he was all right.
Small talk. Yeah.
So we, I believe we were talking about where you were from and what you were coming from last night, and perhaps I should be, if you would allow me to give you some insight as to what's been happening in Prapa as of late.
Sure. What's going on?
Champion, how long has it been since you've been in Prapa?
It's only been a couple weeks.
I don't know if you've heard the rumors on the streets, but 3 of the partisans' 10 temples have burned to the ground in the last few days.
What?
What the? Who would
If you
do
go-
this?
If you go to page 16 on the map, you will see the 3 temples.
Whoa.
Dig it. Intrigue.
Well, they're not the ones I worship, so.
So good.
Lot of intrigue and murder.
Murder, you say? Who do you worship again, Mornax?
It's been unknown, but Taneus and, I believe in Igwe.
Whoa, here I thought I was traveling with Tarragons. This is whack.
I appreciate that.
Rav's a Tarragon.
Yes, and unfortunately, 3 of the partisans' temples have been destroyed. At first, I thought that the first one was simply an accident. It happened a few days after the storm. There were a number of the refugees already at the borders, and we closed the gates. The first one to burn down was the temple to Akhota. And again, I thought that we all thought it just was an unfortunate accident that happened. And it wasn't until the second temple burned down, a couple days later, the temple to Usora, that accusations began to fly that somehow the refugees had found a way in, perhaps through the sewers or other way, and they were the ones responsible for burning the temples to show their unhappiness and defiance, and us closing the gates and not allowing them inside.
makes sense why they weren't so happy with us coming up by the temple and by Adolfar.
Mhm.
Now, the temple to Akota, that has like a whole library affixed to it, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. What happened to the library next to the shrine of Akota?
Unfortunately, there's a complete loss. Everything that was in the temple, both in the temple and the library, the library of records, were completely destroyed in the fire.
Is there any other place in the city that I'd be able to gain insight to some ancient knowledge? I was hoping that that's where it would be.
You are correct. The temple to Akota would be the best. The district that the Akotans live in, there are a number of smaller libraries, none as complete as the library in the temple was, but you might be able to find the knowledge that you seek there. If you have any trouble getting into any of them, you let them know that I sent you, and you'll be able to get in. Should be able to get in with no problem.
I appreciate your assistance.
But I too thought about these accusations and was under the impression as well that these refugees, no offense intended, and he kind of like points to the NPCs and like everybody except for Champ, because he knows Champ is a native of Prapa.
You dirty folk.
and I mean, certainly mean no offense or disrespect, but I too, it seemed like the most reasonable option. I choose to, I try my best anyways to look at all the facts, and that seemed to be the most reasonable at the one. But then, just 2 days ago, the temple to Chiroba burned down as well. That's just down the street from here, as you see on the map here. He pulls out a map, and that's the temple that I grew up in, worshiping at. Went to school at with Kanaran and Tracy. We went to school there together. But I admit that I was enraged at this. That absolutely these were this was the cause, and it had to be stopped.
And people weren't on guard at this point?
Well, we increased the guard at the gates and on the walls, and we increased the guards at the temples, but somehow these fires were still managed to be set.
Total loss there too?
Not as complete as the Akhotan, the Usoran temples, but yes, it is. Unfortunately, will need to be completely demolished in the coming months and rebuilt from scratch, from the ground up, as it were. Luckily for us, the Cherobins worship the god of wealth, and as such, most of the Cherobins are wealthy enough to be able to build a new temple. Not so for the Akhotans and the Usorans, unfortunately.
So I apologize real fast to break real fast. I'm looking at the map, and I thought Tarragons were represented in this city too.
They have
are
little shrines everywhere.
correct.
Ah,
So they're like these temples show the general districts where the partisans would be staying.
yeah.
And again, it's the city's 20,000 people big. I didn't draw each individual house.
Sure. I mean, and I get that the Tarragons are more personable than showing these giant things. I get that.
So yeah, they've got shrines.
I just want to make sure that if I was about to say something, I wouldn't be completely out of place. Okay. Have you recognized anything happening to any Tarragon buildings?
Well, unfortunately for me, I wasn't brought up in the Tarragon faith, and so it's a little bit hard for me to be able to spot the Tarragon shrines, I think is what they're called. But it doesn't seem to be any more widespread, just those 3 major fires to this point. Now, like I said, I'm ashamed to admit that I too thought that the refugees were the ones that were behind these vicious attacks. But he kind of looks down and seems a little bit. Roll perception check to see if you can spot this.
11.
Not this guy.
I want to hear what Rav got.
Do you really want to know?
Yep.
31.
Dang it.
Jeez Louise.
I had
You
20.
get a 31?
That's a 20 with my perception of 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can get a 30.
I got 21.
That's awesome. I got 13.
11.
What did you get, Reed?
21.
21 and champion.
11.
All right, so Mordax, the eating breakfast axe, and Rav, the ravioli, notice this slight dismay that comes across Mr. Hanover's face. He kind of looks down at his breakfast and plays with the food on it with his fork a little bit, and then kind of looks up and kind of shrugs it off a little bit and turns to Champion. Champ, are you still in the business of helping people?
Absolutely. I am a champion.
After you complete the other tasks that you have set aside today, I know you made reference for finding a place in the district, Swiatlos district, for these fine people. I know that you would probably like to check in at the temple, but I'm wondering if you and your friends might be able to complete a task for me.
Yeah, what kind of task? I mean, at least I can do it. I don't know what they want to do, but...
I need to know if the refugees are really the ones behind these attacks. Now, I can't go out and wander the slums, as it were. They would recognize me and things would not be good. However, the four of you might be able to go undetected. It seems as though, and I don't mean this in a rude sort of way, but it seems as though they are more your people and would be able to relate more to you than to me.
What sort of investigations are happening so far?
At first, we need to secure the borders to the city, and see if we can stop, if that is the case, that the refugees are the ones behind it. So security is more paramount at the moment than investigations. This would be a private investigation for myself.
Was the city secure before Chiroba burned?
The city we thought was secure, absolutely, but it was not.
So do you have reason to believe that the instigators are still here?
There's that chance. When the refugees first started coming into the city, the gates weren't closed, and then we saw how many were potentially going to come, and that's when we closed the gates. So the instigators may very well be in the city.
Okay.
And just for folks at home, it wasn't something that was addressed, but what's the population here? Like, what race are they?
This is a bastion of common.
Just equality?
Yep, equality for everybody.
Wow.
Melting pot.
Goblins are 20% here, huh?
This is Portland. Everybody's represented equally, and the building's burning.
Ooh,
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Dang.
No, it's not uncommon to see all the main races. So, humans, elves, half elves,
Goblins.
half orcs, goblins. Goblins and full orcs are, less common, but it wouldn't be hard pressed to find them. So seeing goblins walking through the city isn't unheard of. Seeing the four of you walk through together might be a little bit like, what is this? What's going on here?
Racist.
But that's just because it'd be like, goblins tend towards goblins and humans tend towards humans.
What?
In Prapa. That you've seen anyways.
It's been years.
Yeah, it's proper and Prapa.
It's been years.
So,
Not where I come from in Prapa.
but I mean, you see, you also see that Henry took everybody in.
Sure.
It was just like, yeah, whoever's in your party, let's go. Like 2 or 3 people could have just tagged on and be like, yeah, I'm in the party too. Yep.
That would have been pretty good, actually.
Sorry, I can't remember the stone that I have. Which one was it attached to? Which
Keratin.
keratin?
Yes.
Okay.
Whoa, hold on. Did I miss that?
Yeah,
that
your tourmaline fruit.
Yeah.
Your tourmaline fruit's attached to another one of the gods too.
Oh dear, I've lost. Let me see if I put it on my notes.
I've lost.
Yeah.
We're done. I'm so lost now.
You are?
No.
Okay.
I just wanted to throw just like boy.
For those of you that need a recap, go back to let's see, the Cat's Pajamas episode, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Episode 33, the Cat's Pajamas.
Great.
Can't believe I
You know,
didn't write
we've
that
lost the game, guys. We have lost Pathfinder.
Right, and that gives me a +1 luck, right?
We didn't figure out the actual mechanics of it.
Oh, right. So +5 luck on all skill checks.
Yes.
After the -10.
Gotta roll a 50% dice for a disaster.
But if you remember the tourmaline fruit that was in your pocket when you guys were coming out, you looked up through that tunnel that had like the skylights, and you saw the fire, and you looked up and you like fingered the tourmaline fruit in your pocket, and you got this sense that it was not a deception. Right. So that you used it then, and then I believe that Mordax wanted Champ to use the emerald on the stone trees.
And I saw it do its soul.
Yeah.
Nothing here.
Man, at least you can have to dinner before you do that.
That's right.
And then Champ was like, "Nope, nothing."
That's right.
But other than that, you guys haven't used them. They haven't been brought up.
Okay.
So, has anyone told Hanover about what we went through about that dark voice and everything else that's happened? Has he even filled in on all that?
I wouldn't tell him any of that. I would try not to bring that up.
For right now, he's just our benefactor.
I wouldn't tell anybody crap.
Good word usage, Reed.
You're welcome.
Well
Hero
played.
point for me, please.
You guys got to use those hero points.
I still only have one, so. All right. On our way over to the Temple of Kolita.
Well, I appreciate your eagerness. Mordax, is it?
Yes, that's right.
I do appreciate your eagerness to get on with the day and the task, but perhaps we can finish our breakfast. I know the cooks put a lot of time and effort into it, and of course there's the
I'm
matter.
already on my second helping.
Oh goodness, I didn't even see that.
I almost legit, in Torvo's voice, almost asked you what's wrong with your voice.
Oh, that would have been great.
Like, I caught myself for a second, like, why is he talking like that?
His mouth is full.
No, remember
He told everyone before that he was going to change his voice and how he sounds.
my voice has to be different while we're here.
And of course there's the matter of getting your papers squared away.
Yeah, I'm sure that I can get that from my priestess.
And it would be good for us to, I think we could investigate everything here. We all have channels that we can go through.
Yeah, channels.
However you would like to perform this investigation, it would be approved by me.
Awesome. I'm gonna go rough someone up. I'm just kidding.
I would appreciate it if you did rough somebody up, that you do your best to not mention the Hanover name. But I understand the position that I'm putting you in by asking you to do this investigation.
This is for the Hanovers.
Curses.
In the name of the Hanovers, what have you done?
He goes, first place Mordax goes is to the blacksmith to get like brass knuckles with the name Hanover on them. Justice of Hanover.
Sweet Hanover.
I also would like to offer you the secret entrance that I know of in and out of the city.
Secret entrance, huh?
Yes, of course. There's secret entrances throughout the city. With allowing you the use of the secret entrance, I hope you understand the seriousness of betraying the secret entrance to anybody that's not supposed to be using it.
Of course.
But I think that it would be beneficial to your investigation if you were able to move in and out of the city without going through either of the main gates.
Sounds right.
So if you look on the map, right there.
Boom. See it. I see it, guys.
No. So if you look at the one with all the with all the temples and you see the Hanover residence,
Yeah.
and you just go straight up from that and you take a left and you follow that road towards the west, and then it curves up a little bit, and then the road like does this goes back and forth. The secret entrance is just behind one of those buildings on the far western side.
Okay.
Against the wall.
Again, yeah.
It opens a door in the wall. Or what?
So one of those has like a tunnel that opens up inside of it.
Okay.
And so like you pull up the rug and then you pull open a floorboard, and Great Escape, you sit on a little roller coaster pulley. So there are other buildings and stuff outside of the city that I didn't draw in. I just drew in the more important things.
So does it go from building to building?
Yeah, it goes to, there's like a shed out there.
Okay.
Because most of the other stuff outside of the city walls is farmland. And so it just on the outside just kind of looks like a shed. Now I need to inform you that on the other side of the secret entrance is a small structure, and there will be guards in there, of course, guarding the entrance to the secret entrance. But you'll have my blessing and papers provided by either Kolhaita or myself, and you should be able to get in and out of there without any problem.
Call it the secret entrance one more time.
The secret entrance.
Uh-huh.
The entrance to the secret entrance.
The entrance that is secret. Okay.
Do you have any other questions that I might be able to assist you with?
I don't think so. I think we'll just let you know what we find.
I do appreciate it. Should we plan for a time to meet back here at my residence?
Sure.
After we do an investigation?
Twilight?
That's gonna be some time. We're probably not gonna find it in a day.
Well, perhaps we should still. I insist that you guys know that you're welcome here, and those rooms upstairs will be left vacant for your return whenever you decide to come back. You're free to come and go as you please here.
Free housing!
Hooray.
Yeah, I got a question. When are you going to be out of town for the weekend so we throw a party?
It's gonna be a complete ranger.
So it sounds like you guys have a couple options for housing, or at least one option right now.
The best option.
So hanging out at the Hanover residence. You guys could also go back and hang out in the slums. I'm sure you could set up a tarp there.
Is there some general transit system, like a sky tram or something?
Not that you've seen. Not that you've seen. So,
What
But
about where
it is-
the other druids are?
other druids?
Yeah.
Yeah, here and there.
They're probably hanging out with Sweet Outlaw. Yeah, this is a huge city, man.
It's about 5 miles across east to west and 3 miles top to bottom from the bay to the back of the city, the northern side of the city.
Yeah. Okay.
8.5 by 11 piece of paper.
Nice.
I mean, that's just yeah, that's a lot of movement.
So, all right. So, how do you guys want to go about the day? I know that,
I might as well take these folks to Sweet Outlaw.
as I say, Ajin and the
We should go to Kolhaita first.
It's on the way, man.
No, it's not.
No, we first have to go to Kalita and then we can go to Sweatlow.
Okay. All right, if you guys
But-
insist.
Isn't
Are we
Sweetlow
looking at the
first?
same map?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we're going from Hanover through Sweetlow to Kohita.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're going to Kolhaita so that we can get them things to be better off than what they were.
Okay.
Okay. The infamous needy Sweetlands.
No,
Where,
like guilt-ridden champion for murdering their husbands.
So, while we're moving throughout the city, Rav wants to keep an eye out for any Tarragon shrines,
Okay.
as well as if we pass by, was that Keratin? Keratin. If we pass by there, Rav wants to keep an eye out for any possible druids. Since
Okay.
that would make more sense for them to be around that shrine, since that's for God of the Hunt and Forest magic. So,
I don't know if we're going up that high though.
so, what's our suggested route through here?
Straight.
You want to go through that big city center?
We might as well.
Scary.
I don't know if I want to though.
I thought we
Yeah.
were going to go up through north through the middle there and then straight east over.
Well, we don't want to just traipse through farmland.
Why not?
There's
No, that's where there's a road there.
yeah, there's
right
a
up
couple
there, I
small
see it.
roads
I
that
see it.
go through.
Yeah, let's just stay on the side of the farmland, on the far side of the orchards, and then make our way up to the temple.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
So did you say that you're going through?
So it looks like we're gonna cross the bridge near Pyara,
Piara.
and then we're gonna take that southern edge of the farmland area.
Yeah,
There.
skirt around the trees
And
and
then
then
we're
up.
gonna go north up where the trees are, but we're still on the side of the farmland, right? And then we're just gonna go up into Cojita there.
Also, I think it'd be wise, or before we leave, I'm gonna say to Torvo.
Hey, Torvo, it'd probably be better if we stick together, and hang back behind the group a little bit.
Okay. It
Yes.
is.
A lot of the town, if we were to be seen with everyone else here, it'd be we would draw a lot of attention to ourselves.
Do they not like goblins?
No, they're okay with goblins, but for us to associate with everyone else, like we're in a big old group and party, that's a little different. That's a little more odd.
But me and you can be together, right?
Yes.
All right.
And I touch the side of my nose like, gotcha.
Underneath the table, we'll I offer a pinky.
Jakers almost did a spit take here. Do you take the pinky?
All right. Uh-huh.
Do you take?
I said what I said there. We were still in the Hanover residence. I'd imagine that Champ and Rav both heard that, and just I don't know. Do you guys agree?
I have no issue walking with goblins.
I can't speak Goblin.
Oh no, I said it so everyone heard us in common.
Okay.
In common.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The other thing Rab's going to do is he's going to send Shambles away for the time being while they're in the city.
I think it's like a group of 8 people, and 2 of them being goblins is still going to attract attention. It's
So what if it's Champ leading the 4 of our followers here, and then the rest of us hang back behind them?
Sure.
Shadow us.
2 gobos and a human. Okay.
That's a recipe for fun.
Rab's going to
that'd
pull up
probably
his
be okay.
cloak so no one can see
Rap's
who
all
he
over
is.
here shedding bark while we're walking and stuff.
That should be okay.
That should work. Raph can hang out with us if that's fine with you, Champ.
That's fine.
That shouldn't draw too many eyes.
Rav.
Yeah.
I'm curious why you hold your hood up so nobody recognizes you.
Why? Just because.
Yeah. I mean,
If
like,
I'm walking if the goblins want me to be walking back with them and not with everyone else, there's got to be a reason for it. So I'm just going to throw my hood up. So I'm whatever. I'm a giant gobbo.
Hobgobbo.
I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything that I was missing
I've always thought of you as a giant goblin.
Awesome.
for one of us. What's the goblin name that they gave you when they instigated you in the tribe?
Toe stubber.
Welcome, toe scrubber. Toe scrubber.
Toe stubber.
Okay.
You know, like stub your toe.
Oh, I know. Okay.
All right, on our merry way.
So you guys go along your way. How far apart would you say the two groups are?
At least
50
10
feet or more?
At least 10. 10 the least, but
50.
50 feet the max.
We can shadow them. I'm tall. I can guide you, gobblers.
All right.
I mean, I trust they know how to get there. I don't care.
It's true.
Okay. So you guys get going. Is there any place in particular that you'd like to stop on the way?
No.
Not on this path.
No.
Pretty good for going straight to Colhita.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I made it clear I want to check out Aquita.
Sorry. We are going to stop and we're going to extensively search every home.
But I mean,
Makes
this is, I think the whole point is to get these guys so they're not
In
a
the name of Hanover.
Open up in the name of Hanover.
Hanover. We will ask the questions.
It's like that we all carry cudgels and stuff. And we're just,
Hanover business. Go about your drinks.
No, we'll go straight. We'll follow far behind and, you know, kind of be inconspicuous.
Okay. So you pass along the route that you discussed, and you come to that opening where you see the fields, the Suyalo fields, and it's a really like beautiful sight. The crops there are just extravagant. You can tell that it's a really healthy yield, despite the storm that came through. And you look across the couple miles that they go from the southern end that you're walking along to the city wall to the back, and it just looks really good. Like they really know what they're doing when they're taking care of these fields. And Rav, you look at the soil and you like reach down and you can tell that there's something special about this soil. Go ahead and roll a Arcana check.
Arcana.
nature. Nature, the magic check.
Okay, skills. Arcana. Oh, I can't. I'm not trading it.
Okay, go ahead and make a nature check.
Oh, that's better. Okay, so that is a 27.
Yeah, so you reach down and you pick up a handful of this rich, dark soil, and you smell it, and it just has that clean dirt smell.
Give it a lick.
Give it a lick, and it tastes sweet, surprisingly, which seems odd, but it's soil like you've never seen before. And I mean, if I know Rav, he's spent his fair share in the dirt and mud.
There's some good pH in that soil there. Good balance.
But
Good
there's
amount of
more-
nitrogen.
There's more than just the nature that's making this dirt good.
Praise be to the Tarragons.
No, praise be to Suyatlo. I've never seen soil quite this rich before. This is incredible.
Who's
And, like-
talking to him?
Yeah. Who
The
the heck was that?
one of the what's her name?
Oh,
But they're up with me.
Oh. Praise be Suyatlo. I think you mean
50 feet away.
50 feet away.
praise be Suyatlo.
Maybe he just says that, and like there's a worker right there, you know. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly. It was a worker.
Tastes like a tarragon film.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
I gotta admit, whatever you guys are doing to the soil here, it's fantastic.
It's working.
I look to the right, and do I see like a shrine?
You do see a shrine.
To the green dragons.
The black dragons.
The green dragons, the forest dragons, nature dragons.
You do see a shrine to the dragons.
Cool.
You continue along and along the path, and the orchards are the same way. the trees are producing fruit that's almost twice as big as what the normal fruit would be. So you've got apples and peaches that are almost the size of cantaloupes.
The big peach, did it come from this?
Came from here.
So everyone in Riverbend were thieves? Oh my goodness.
We're going to New York City.
But then you smell charred building, charred wood, and as you walk a little bit more, then you come across that the temple on the southeast side of the road there, and it is exactly how Henry Hanover described it, just rubble.
The Osora Temple?
Yeah, the Usora Temple. Just rubble and debris. You see people kind of, working to clean it up and make sense of it. See if they can find any artifacts or anything like that. Go ahead, everybody make a perception check.
Yeah.
30.
30?
23.
14.
15. Ha!
Who rolled a 30? Was that Champ?
Yeah.
So Champ, as you're walking, you see a particularly large piece of the temple, and you see something glint from underneath it.
Hold up, guys. And I'm talking to the PCs that are with me because the other guys are behind.
Okay.
I see something. I'm gonna go check it out real fast.
Okay. You go over and you do see something glinting that like it just caught the sun just right and shone in your eyes. So something metallic is underneath this piece of the temple.
Try and pull it out.
Okay. You're gonna need to try and lift up that chunk. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Just straight strength? Straight?
Yep.
Are you trained in athletics?
Oh, yeah, I'm trained in athletics.
Do athletics then. Deadlift.
29.
Okay. Yeah, you lift it up and scoot it off, like push it off to the side a little bit, and you see that there's this gold emblem of the sun that was underneath here.
Ooh.
Is it like a symbol?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Usor is the goddess of the sun, fire, and light.
Gotcha. I don't want anyone to steal it. Are there any? Can I see any priests or anything of Usora around?
Yeah. The people that are like sifting through the rubble, like they're not looters looking for stuff. They're like
Gotcha.
people. They're the Usoran worshippers coming to like clean up the temple.
Well, I yell over to one then. Hey, I found one of your symbols.
It's this woman that is looking, and she looks official, like she's a priestess there. Oh, thank you so much. Where was this?
It was underneath the rubble right here.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate this. And she takes it, reverently, and offers a blessing over you to just kind of be like, bless you on your travels.
No problem.
Carry on. Doing my job.
Hey, what do you think Champ was doing?
I just saw him lift something.
You think that's Kolhaita's temple? Did it burn down too?
I know it's not.
So yeah, you guys continue on and make your way up to Kolhaita's temple. Now I've never been there before, Champ, but I know you've spent a number of years there.
Yeah.
What will you describe to us what Kolhaita's temple looks like?
Altar boy.
Think of a nice big cathedral. Kolhaita's temple is very similar to that. Up at the front of the cathedral, you have a statue of Kolhaita. She's holding her scales of justice. Anyway, there's rooms behind the corridor and everything. That's where usually the priests and the priestesses will stay. That's where Champ grew up. Lived back there. But there's little donation areas all throughout the temple where people can stop and make their offerings and pray and stuff.
Do you what type of offerings do they have on the altar?
All sorts of things. People come in whatever they think whatever they think is a good enough sacrifice for them to be offered up for forgiveness of their unlawful or unjust act is what they'll donate.
Okay.
And that's actually what happened to Champ. Champ was offered up as an offering.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you let the party know?
No, I don't.
No, jeez.
Not yet.
Okay.
The secrets are coming out.
I imagine the statue of Kohita. How do you want to pronounce that?
Either way is fine. Potato.
Sweet.
Just kind of depends.
I'd get you stabbed in the throat.
I'd imagine that the statue looks like the statue in Russia called the Motherland Calls.
I've never seen that statue.
Look it up real quick. Except for in her left hand, she's holding her scales.
Is that it? Is that how you pronounce it?
A hard H.
Man, it is way larger than the Statue of Liberty,
Isn't that
too.
crazy?
That's a big statue.
It's cool looking. It's really cool looking. Because that's what I imagine the statue of Kohita looks like.
Sorry, my computer's taking a second.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, that's good. In her
Um,
outstretched hand, she has scales.
Okay.
She has the sword in one hand and the scales in the other.
Does the sword that she have look like the sword that you have?
Heck yeah, it does.
Like a spitting image?
No, not spitting image. The blade isn't blue like mine, but it is shaped the same.
And his isn't as big as the statue's.
What are you talking about? Speak for yourself.
It's as big as his heart, okay?
I like the idea, just this image where the statue of Kohita is like 100 feet or 200 feet taller than the city walls. It's just like whoosh, this massive. We're the best. Okay.
Balance, baby.
So talk to us. What happens once you get here?
Okay, so I walk in, find the nearest priest, and ask him.
Did you bring the 4 refugees with you?
Yeah, they're with me. I tell him, hey, go ahead and you can sit in the pews here. You don't have to pray or anything. I know that you're all for Swiatlo, but I'm gonna go talk to my high priestess and we'll see what we can do for you.
You think we're good to go in?
Yeah, you guys are good. You're cool. Everyone's welcome.
Okay.
Quick, ransack. 5-finger discount here, guys.
What is there to steal?
And
You
this is
try
how
and,
Mordax kills. And this is how Champ kills Mordax.
You try and swipe something off the shrine, Mordax?
No.
Try and keep your sticky fingers to yourself. Okay.
That was a lie. Okay.
So you find the high priestess. She's upstairs. There's like some offices upstairs, and she's upstairs in like her office, just conducting affairs as normal.
Elgana. And I come in and I bow.
Oh yes, young champion, come in.
Well, I gotta tell you about everything that I've found.
All good news, I hope, but from your demeanor, I assume it's not.
There's
all
very
good news.
There's very bad things going on inside these woods.
Were you successful on your journey?
I was, to an extent. On my way to Riverbend, I was apprehended and kidnapped by a group of Tarragons who have a village in the woods, near the edge of the woods. They tortured me, and I was rescued by a party that I found. They're taking people and performing very, very bad experiments on them and turning them to stone. Well,
I see.
we managed to escape, and we were in a cave system when there was a firestorm that happened and destroyed Riverbend, and that's how we're back here now.
I see these, and she like listens intently, to like everything. She's like looking directly. She doesn't stand up, but she remains seated. Helgana, right?
Yeah.
She's played by Judi Dench. Believe it or not.
Wow.
Great.
So that's the kind of Judi Dench.
I know.
Judith Dencheth. I see these are trying times indeed. I am glad to see you alive and in one piece and well as the artifact that we sent you with. And she like motions to your sword.
Oh yeah, it's protected me quite well. Thank you.
Do you, what are your plans now?
Well, I do have an injustice to make up for. We, on our way back to Prapa, set up camp and were ambushed by who we believed to be robbers and discovered later to be refugees from Riverbend. We killed their husbands before we found out, though, and now we need to make up for this injustice.
Tell me more.
They're here at the temple. They worship Swiatlo, obviously, from being from Riverbend. We're hoping to be able to get them set up there so they can live the rest of their lives and hopefully find some relief to their suffering.
And what part did you play in this encounter?
I did kill one of their husbands. He shot an arrow that came close to me, and I unleashed fury on him.
You talk about like go into detail and explain it all?
Sure, yeah, I explained the battle.
Okay. So she stands up to I guess give her judgment, and you see her, she stands up and is kind of looking up and is looking thoughtful, and her hands are behind her back, and then she looks back to you, and at that point she notices your frog legs.
Does he still have those?
Oh yeah, I do.
What are these?
In our escape from being captured in that village, we went through a cave system and had to cross through some water. Which
So water created frog legs?
yeah, they call it the water of mischief, as we discovered.
Young champ, you aren't making much sense. Water doesn't cause frog legs.
Here, I have some. I saved some of this water.
Have a swig of this.
No. I pour it on a bush in her office.
Roll a D1000.
It kills her.
Go ahead and roll a D1000 while I pull up the D1000 list.
Just don't get that 971 or something.
The closest person to you dies.
But yeah, no, so I'm just going to pour a little bit. I'm not pouring all of it on the bush.
Okay.
All right, that is 171.
All right. Nothing happens.
I swear it does stuff. It got me these legs. It killed one of the party, and we had to revive him. And it was really crazy.
Everybody roll a D20.
Oh no! I got an 18.
I got a 19.
I got 20.
I got it too.
Rev, as you're kind of like sitting down in the pews, you just start to feel real tired all of a sudden, and so you get up to stand up and walk around and kind of wake yourself up a little bit, but you just feel slow. Go ahead and take -5 to your speed.
Oh jeez.
For the next 48 hours.
Okay.
What's your reaction to that? Like, because that's out of nowhere, right?
Right. Just all of a sudden, just
You're like, oh, I'm like moving slow.
I don't know.
I swear it.
No real reaction to it because to me it's normal. It's just everybody else is going faster.
Already slow.
I swear it does do things. It must not just because it's a plant, but
young champion.
Maybe a witness.
And she cuts you off in your explanation. These are serious things and times that you've told me about. I thought that we trained you better to be a champion. Was that misplaced trust in your abilities?
no, not at all.
Holy crap.
And she kind of like thinks about it a little bit more and let me see your sword.
Hand it back to her.
So she takes it and puts it on her desk behind her and says, you can continue to be a champion, but I will hold on to this sword for the time being.
I promise I can prove this to you.
She goes to like a closet and pulls out a different sword, and you recognize it as the sword that you had before you became a champion.
Okay.
It's not, and she kind of like she sees the distraught and the disappointment that is in your face right now, and she says, it's not just about the water or the frog legs. It's about what you did to that man, criminal or not, shooting first or not. I thought we trained you better.
I understand.
Oh, crap.
So it's not a like complete stripping, but it's a you can come back tomorrow and we can discuss things again.
Mm-hmm.
She just needs some time to think about what you've done and how to like approach it.
Right.
So now, is there anything else that you would like to discuss before we convene our meeting?
Rav asked for a blessing.
Rav's not in there.
Bro.
You're downstairs. He went upstairs alone.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I need a blessing.
Ask her if I can have a blessing.
As you sluggishly move towards.
There's nothing that I can think of other than maybe your blessing might go a little ways with the followers of Sweet Outlaw for these refugees.
She offers that. They didn't come up with you? It's just you by yourself, right?
Yeah, it's just me.
That's right. She says that you can extend my blessings to go with them along their journeys. May their wheat fields be ever growing, and their fruit be ever sweet.
Thank you, Helgana. Also, one last thing. Henry Hanover has asked us to investigate the burnings of these buildings. He wants to know.
Henry Hanover?
Yes.
And did you accept this task?
We told him that we would talk to the people outside of the gates.
I'm sure he's filled you in the details on what's been happening.
He has. He wants to know for sure if it is these refugees causing these fires or not.
What are your thoughts?
With these refugees that we have, I don't believe so.
Well, I'm eager to understand and get to the bottom of this as well. I'm sure you'll keep me included in your reports.
Of course.
If we can do anything here to assist you on your journeys and your investigations, I'm sure you will let us know.
She did it.
She did it.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Does Mordex comes up the stairs?
It was her.
Right behind him.
It was her.
You're still welcome to the stores and everything that a normal champion is, and you still hold the title of champion and can act as a champion. But I will hold on to your sword for the time being.
I understand.
Yeah, you're able to like go and like Kolhaita has their own storehouse for stuff that people have left as offerings, both there at the temple and just kind of the immediate surrounding areas. There's like money and food and supplies in there.
Right.
But yeah, you can go and take the NPCs there if you'd like and kind of help them recreate their stuff.
Yep.
Okay. You come back down the stairs, and what's everybody's reaction to this sword being different?
Okay, wait. Well,
sorry.
You obviously did you sheath it? Are you walking down with it?
Like the hilt's different.
Right. That's what I wanted to know.
Okay.
The sword's a sword. I don't know. I didn't know that the sword gave him powers.
Well, I roll.
I don't think I've ever talked to him about the sword. So.
I got a 22 on perception. And I noticed that, right? Like,
well, and maybe I spoke out of place.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, it's cool.
Maybe I spoke out of place, champion. I thought that not necessarily showing it off, but I mean, you made a big deal about it in the caverns, being like, I have to get this sword. Like the second you got it, then it was like, all right, okay. Yep, we're cool.
I didn't know it was a sword. I mean, I knew he needed his stuff.
Well, I had intentionally was going to roll a perception when he came down the stairs, so that's why, that was what I was going to do anyway.
Okay.
So, I mean,
what's your demeanor then when you come back down?
It's kind of like a sulking kind of demeanor, not like, but I'm still going to be personable. Like I understand, I understand. My punishment is just for the crime I've committed.
Okay. And as he approaches the party, Torvo goes,
Champ, your sword's different. Did something wrong happen?
Yes, we committed a wrong a few days ago. You were all there.
Did they take your sword, or is it missing?
Pure circumstantial. I mean, it just seems like that's kind of a harsh punishment.
For now, I have been judged not worthy of holding the sword. For now,
I shake my head and keep my thoughts to myself.
I look over to the refugees. Come to the storehouse with me. Let's gather things that'll help you along. We have Helgana's blessing for you to come to Swiatlo, and they should accept that blessing.
They're grateful and go with you to the storehouse.
And
I imagine that you guys take them to Swiatlo's area.
Yeah.
And drop them off. Okay. And we'll pick it up there next time. I think will Champion get his sword back?
Will they make it to Swiatlo?
Will
apple thieves in the orchard?
Will Mordax steal that sword and claim it as his own? Will Rav get that much needed blessing? Find out next week on D5 Questing.
Who cares about Torvo?
That's what I was like. Dang. Torvo means nothing, but I was going to keep it to myself.
And
he's hiding in the shadows.
And find out if Torvo.
Oh, no time for that. 1, 2, 3.
D5 without a sword.
D5.
D5.